to the call, and today's call, is everything you desire is on the other side of fear. And I was commenting before the call started about how I said that I'm going to be doing some serious, intensive business training calls, and that is in the works. I am actually recording some things outside of a live call, and I'm going to get back on track with that. But as we end the year, we all reflect. We look at what happened this year, what didn't happen this year, and it's really a time not to make resolutions, but to make commitments to ourselves and to do things maybe a little bit differently than we had done in the past. But it's very important that we all understand that everything we desire is on the other side of fear. So again, as the year comes to an end, it's a time of year for us to evaluate ourselves. Where are we and where do we want to be? We don't want to set, kind of meaningless resolutions, for instance, to say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. Well, that sounds great. Without a plan, I'm never going to lose 20 pounds. So, it's not that kind of thing, but we need to look at, do we set goals for ourselves in our business this year? If you didn't have specific detailed goals for yourself, then don't be surprised that you didn't accomplish them. But did we set goals for ourselves, and did we accomplish what we set out to do? For the most of us, the answer is no, and that some of us are farther away from that accomplishment. Some of them are just a tiny step away from that accomplishment, but most of us did not accomplish what we set out to. So if not, why not? And the answer, always, 100% of the time, will come down to fear. And that's what I want to call your attention to today. It goes beyond business. Fear does. The completion of a year, the holiday prompts all kinds of fear. Fear from, stressing over the holiday. Will I be able to do everything I need to do? Will everybody like what I got? Will dinner be on time? All those kind of, just kind of personal things. But we also look at our life in general. Some people are out there dwelling on, I'm alone. I'm going to be alone for the holidays. We look where we are personally, we look where we are professionally, and most of us aren't really happy with the way our year has turned out. But you ever noticed, again, on that dating thing, how many commercials? I mean, sometimes when I'm working, I make a lot of Christmas presents, and when I do, sometimes I tune off the Christmas music and I tune on the TV just to entertain me while I do busy kind of work, and it's astounding when you look at how many commercials there are for dating sites in and around every holiday, really, but especially once you hit Thanksgiving and on all the way through Christmas. Boy, why? Because so many people are fearful of being alone. They're looking at another year, another Christmas gathering. They won't have a date or whatever that is. They fear being alone for the holidays, and other people fear relationships in general, and so they do nothing. I would like to, but I'm scared to. Fear creeps into every single area of our lives. You just may not identify it as fear. So the meaning that I'd like to focus on today is fear means either forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. And only you can answer that question. What will you do? What will you do to accomplish that, overcome that fear, to conquer that fear, if you will? Forget everything and run, which is what so many of us do, or face everything and rise. There are only two options there. So no matter the excuse, we all have excuses for where we are and where we aren't. Oh my goodness, we could take, for instance, a look at our business, and we could have 5 million things on a list for why we are not as successful as we want to be. Sometimes we blame others. I don't have good leadership. I don't have a good team. I don't have this, I don't have that. We're blaming it on other people for where we are or where we aren't. Sometimes we blame the lack of knowledge or missed opportunities. Well, if I only knew better, well, if I only had a script, if I only, and it all comes down to fear. And sometimes we blame lack of effort, or misguided effort, if you will, based on fear. I'm scared to do a demo. I'm scared I don't know how to do it. I don't do enough of them because I don't know how to do them. All those things are just excuses, but all those excuses we put into place are always 100% of the time tied to fear. So we have to keep in mind that everything we desire is on the other side of that fear. Facing fear is non-negotiable, because everything we want in life, whether it's our business, a stronger, more prosperous business, or if in your case it's a relationship, anything at all that you desire, if you want, is on the other side of that fear. Fear is a very, very big deal. Biblically speaking, the Bible mentions fear 365 times. I'm not the brightest bulb on the planet, but I could equate that to be, some message on fear for every single day of the year. It's a big deal. Nobody gets through life without fear. Fear is a part of each one of us. You might say you're fearless. You're lying. Everybody's got some fear of some kind. There was only one person that walked the face of the earth that was fearless, and he's gone. So, you know, every one of us struggles with fear, and God knows it because we have 365 reminders about how not to fear, or don't fear, do not fear. You know, fear is our enemy. It paralyzes us. Fear can be inside of our subconscious mind, and we don't even really realize that what's impacting our efforts, or what's making us not take effort, is our fear. It's our enemy. Fear is our distraction. We tell ourselves all kinds of lies. I'm not going to try that because I might fail. I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm not good at that. All those things that you think, it's a distraction. It's to keep you from taking action. Fear is your enemy, and fear is the reason we don't move forward. Everything we desire in life is on the other side of that fear. Fear's a big deal. You're fearful, I'm fearful, we're all fearful. And we all, based on whatever we've experienced in life, have our own set of fears. But you don't get through life without the fears. So we've got to learn to accomplish, or to overcome that and accomplish these things in spite of our fear, because everything we desire is on the other side of fear. So will you overcome yours? You know, the first step in overcoming fear is acknowledging that it exists. You know, don't worry about being a wussy. Everybody has fear. Nobody's fearless. So, you know, the first thing is to actually acknowledge, you know, your fear. What am I afraid of? It's kind of like when I teach a long class on fear, I talk about how, you know, for me, I don't like the unknown. So, you know, if I check into, for instance, a hotel, I'm traveling alone, you know, I put that little bar thing across the door so it doesn't completely close, and I look behind everything. Okay, I'm under, it's got a bed, under the bed, you know, not a platform bed. If it's got a closet, if it's got a bathroom, and God knows if it's got a shower. I'm looking, I want to face that boogeyman. I'm not going to be in the bed all night worried about that fear. Face the fear. You've got to face it head on. Nobody's fearless. And every reason you may have for not being where you are, or where you want to be, can be blamed on that fear. And once you acknowledge it, you learn how to fight it. But you cannot fight something you refuse to acknowledge. You know, nothing in life is going to happen without a fight. You know, to overcome fear, you have to fight. You have to fight through the resistance. No battle was ever won, you know, without a fight. You've got to fight. And if your enemy, if you know your number one enemy is your own fear, you better put on your boxing gloves and learn how to fight that fear. So will you fight your fear, or will you just continue to accept where you are or where you aren't? You know, we're looking again, there's a major focus on our life right now as we end the year. What we did this year, what we didn't do this year. You know, will we just continue that? I mean, it's like the quote that I use often, that we all use often, by the way. It's a definition of insanity by Einstein. You know, it's to continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So will you continue next year to have your fear overtake you? Or will you learn how to fight back? Will you be sitting here at the end of 2017 with the same frustrations over things you didn't accomplish, or your personal life not being what you want it to be? Will you continue the same pattern? Because I'm telling you that that four-letter word, fear, is the reason you aren't where you want to be. So we've got to, you know, overcome that so that we can accomplish what we set out to accomplish. You know, there are blame game examples here. You know, many people fear failure. In fact, we often think that's you know, a problem that most people have. You know, so if you don't try, then you don't have to fail, right? I'm not going to try that because I might fail. I'm not going to try a demo. I might not be good at it. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to get on the phone. I'm not going to talk to that person. I don't know what to say. You know, we fear failure. Why do we feel failure? You know, how is it you know that you're going to fail? You have a crystal ball and you know you're going to fail? No. Your fear tells you you're going to fail. You lie to yourself inside. You know, you just fear that you're going to fail. And fear of what other people think. Oh my goodness, you know, you go through that. That was the basis really of my fear that I had to overcome to do what I do today. But, you know, we fear what if I do it wrong? What if they laugh at me? What if I don't say it right? What if they hang up? You fear what other people, how do you know that you're not going to say the words that they'll understand? How do you know that? What do you care what other people think, you know? But fear based on your own insecurities is a huge part of the equation, and fear of rejection. Maybe you've been rejected in business. Maybe you've been rejected in your personal life. Maybe your head is filled with, you know, ideas of rejection from your childhood. You'll never be able to do that. You'll never be good at that. You know, maybe you've heard those things all your life and you have some fear of rejection, or fear of getting your hopes up. and facing disappointment again. So many people in our world today, we had an economy that you flipped a switch, and so many people were rattled to the bone financially, and some people, maybe they're afraid to get their hopes up again. They don't want to face that disappointment again. They're afraid that if they get it, they're going to lose it. Those are all things that are not reality. That's all your fear working in your head and holding you back. So there are all kinds of blame games. Many people fear success, believe it or not. Again, it kind of goes back to that, what I was just saying, well, I was successful and then I lost it. I don't want to get successful again because I might lose it again. Why do we fear success? We don't want it. We fear of losing it. Some of us are fearful of things we've never had. You may not have ever seen true success in your life, however you define that. You may never have seen that, and you can't imagine your life with success. You're fearful of it. You can't let yourself go there because you never had it. Maybe you heard people in your family say, nobody in our family's ever gone to college. Nobody in our family's ever had a lot of money. Nobody in our family's ever been rich. Maybe you've heard those things. But whatever, you might be fearful of something you've never had because you can't imagine it. And a lot of people are fearful of the work that it takes to be successful. A lot of people that I deal with are in my demographic, and I actually wrote on that this morning on Facebook. Life isn't over till it's over. And I refuse to sit back and accept that, well, I'm old and so I can't do all these things. Forget that. As long as I have taken a breath in this body of mine, there's a purpose in my life, and I won't stop. But, I understand, because I've been in business for myself for a long time, that, it takes a lot of work to be successful. And a lot of people don't want to do that work. I hear it all the time. This is hard work. This isn't easy. What's easy? If it's easier for you to get a 9 to 5 and be told what you'll get paid and when to go home and when you can take a vacation and all those things, then maybe that's what you need to do. But if you're looking at building your own life as being self-employed, being an entrepreneur, if you will, build your own business, then you can't be afraid of what it takes to be successful. You need to be driven to be successful because everything that you desire is on the other side of that fear. And then fear of the unknown. So many people are paralyzed with fear of the unknown. I don't get paralyzed with fear anymore, but I like to know what's going on, okay? But there are some people, they want facts and figures and a to-do list. Man, they want marching orders. They refuse to march unless they're told every single thing, dot every I, cross every T. Guess what? Life doesn't work that way, and business doesn't work that way. And when you're in your own business, you can't sit back waiting for marching orders. These people want someone else to paint a picture for them with clarity, and they want them to put it in writing. What am I going to make? How am I going to do that? They won't do anything because they're so afraid of the unknown. There are trust issues there. They're wired to want to see all the details before they'll take any action. Well, you better start the game all over again because God doesn't give us all the details in life. You're not going to ever have all those details in life. You just have to keep moving forward and trust. If you have the trust issues, that's another thing that is based on fear. So you need to figure out, why are you so skeptical that you want everything, every I dotted, every T crossed in writing, you want a blood covenant with people, before you'll take any action. But, think about life, it's kind of simple to say it, but, you don't see the bottom of a lake when you put your feet in the water. You put your feet in the water, most people do, they're not afraid of whatever chomping their feet off. You don't necessarily see everything. Life is an unknown. There's not anybody on this call that can look at their life and say, you are today exactly where you thought you'd be. Nobody. There's nothing. Life is an unknown. Who knew that we would be where we are today? Maybe you're farther along, maybe you're not farther along, maybe you had children, you didn't have. Who knew where we were going to be today? Life is an unknown. But when you take it to a spiritual perspective, in Hebrews 11 it says, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. So you know what? If you have struggle and you fear in your business because you don't see it all, it's not sitting there with clarity, you need to go back and wonder, how does my faith work? Do you have faith in a living God that you can't see? So you've got to go back to a very foundational point where you look at, what are the fears? Where's my faith? Fear of the unknown. Life is an unknown, and it's an exciting journey. If you conquer that fear and just keep running with it and build it into, work on your own destiny instead of failing and falling and floundering because you're afraid of the unknown. Get up and just keep moving. It's a journey. And you can't accomplish anything without conquering that fear. It always comes down to the same thing. You know, first of all, of course, we need to face the fears, and we need to learn to overcome them. And I've got lots of tips on that, you know, because I had to do that for myself many years ago. But we need to face our fears in order to overcome that. But what drives us through the fear is our passion or whatever is on the other side. So it always comes down to that why. You need a why. You need a vision. You need a dream. You need passion. Something's got to kick your tail so that you work hard to overcome that fear. If you don't have that something, you ain't going anywhere. You're not going to be successful. You're not going to move forward. And next year, at the end of 2017, we're going to be singing the same tune. Okay? So you need something that will cause you or inspire you to face the fear and overcome the fear. Everything you desire is on the other side of that fear. Everything. Whether it's personal, professional, it doesn't matter. What's holding you back is that four-letter word. It's fear. So we need to address the fear, acknowledge the fear, start fighting the fear, but you need something big behind it, that vision, that passion, whatever. You need something that's going to drive your train. But nobody knows the future, but I know this. There are a couple of things that we do know. If you don't conquer your fear is going to conquer you. And in a lot of cases for people on this line, it already has. You're sitting there, you're not getting where you need to go, you're not accomplishing what you set out to accomplish. Whatever it is, if you don't conquer that fear, fear's going to just take over you. If you aren't willing to face it, get bold, get courageous, and face it, you've already thrown the towel in. You're done. You're not going to go anywhere unless you learn to face it. If you can't be humbled, you know, if you can't say, I'm afraid of this or I'm afraid of that or I have been living in fear or whatever, if you can't define it, if you can't humble yourself to be weak enough or human enough to actually acknowledge that you have fear that's holding you back, that's a good starting place for you to change. And it's never too late for you to change, right? If you don't have a dream, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have that why, if you don't have something that's going to cause you to jump out of bed and want to go forward fearlessly, then you're going to end up exactly where you are today. You know, so you've got to address the fear and you've got to have something burning in your belly. And those two things are going to be the difference of what you've done this year and where you'll be next year. You know, the Bible says where there is no vision, the people perish. So in other words, where there's no why, where there's no burn in the belly, where there's not a purpose, a dream, where there is no vision, the people perish. And perish, the definition is to suffer complete ruin, destruction, or death. So do you want to perish? If you don't have a vision, you're going to perish. It's as simple. And it may not be that you died. You know, you might think perish is, when you might think death when you think perish. But perish, to suffer complete ruin and destruction, are you going to be happy doing that? I don't think so. So, you know, you need a vision. It's not going to happen. Just talking about it is lip service. It just, you know, just mentioning here and there, oh, I'm going to go on a cruise, I'm going to go to Europe. That's just lip service. You know, it's kind of like that New Year's resolution. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. How are you going to lose 20 pounds? You got to have a plan, a commitment, a burn, a drive, a purpose. If you don't have those things, you won't have the courage to get through the fear. So are you perishing? And again, I think if I could open up the lines and look in everybody's faces, I would probably see a lot of people that say, well, actually, yeah, I guess I am, because I'm not moving anywhere. I'm not getting where I need to go. I have no vision. Revisit that why. It doesn't matter what that why is, guys. My why and your why are two different whys. You know, what excites me and drives passion within me is probably not anything close to what you dream of. You know, but if you don't have that dream or that vision or that purpose or that mission, whatever you want to label it, that why, you will never have the courage to get through the fear, ever. So it's imperative. It's non-negotiable. So I guess the question again is, will you forget everything and run like you've been doing? Or will you face everything and rise? Like that's your potential. That's your destiny. Are you willing to work on you so that you can get to the other side of your fear? Everything you desire is on the other side of that fear. Choice is yours. So what's it going to be for you in 2017? You know, will you be singing that same tune when the new year comes about, or will you choose to do something about it? 2 steps. You know, one is face that fear, acknowledge it, humble yourself. Don't embrace it. Don't say, oh, it's okay, I understand why I'm not doing anything because now I understand my fear. No, you're going to face your fear because it's your enemy. Like me looking for the boogeyman. You're going to face the fear because it's your enemy. And once you understand your enemy, you know how to overtake your enemy. And number 2 is have a vision, aka a why, to give yourself the strength and the courage to work through the fear, because everything you desire is on the other side of that fear. So what's it going to be for you in 2017? Will it be, just more of the same? Will you, be right where you are today? Will you wonder what happened? Will you keep blaming everybody else? Will you keep your head under the pillow or hide under the bed and never take action, never realize the potential you have? Guys, when we talk about these things, some people, we see extravagance, I guess, in the business world. Sometimes you see people say, oh my gosh, how in the world, you can't even fathom that kind of thing. But, you don't look at these things. You don't look at, for instance, a Cynthia Brigante or Tamia Cologne or an Eli Dalfish or any of these people and become, insecure about it. Look at your own world. What will it take to make you be excited? What will it take to burn in your belly, to move forward, to say, I am sick of living in fear. I am sick of where I am or where I'm not, and quit being paralyzed with fear. We're talking about relationships, again, those commercials, and I was thinking about how I did some volunteer work with an abused women's shelter several years ago, and I was thinking about these women who suffered just indescribable abuse. And you know what? They were more afraid of leaving than they were, staying. They were too afraid to leave. They go back for more. And you say, what's wrong with these people? How can they endure that kind of abuse? You know why? Because they refuse to overtake their fear. They will not face their fear. They're more afraid of what's going to happen if they leave than what happens if they stay. And really, that kind of sums it up for life. What are you afraid of? What is that fear within you? It's not anything to be ashamed of. It's not anything to hide. It's not anything to run from. You either face it and you overcome it, or it overcomes you. So on that note, that's it for my message today. Short and not so sweet, but I would like to open it up. You guys, I said, have a panel on the right side of your screen. If you have any questions or comments about fear, overcoming your fear, and how everything you desire is on the other side of that fear, please raise your hand. I'll open up the line, and I'm glad to hear from you. So bear with me as I scroll through to see if we have anybody that would like to comment or who might have a question. Anybody out there? I think everybody's fearful of raising their hand. Just kidding. It looks like we don't have any questions and no comments on the topic today. So on that note, again, this is the last call for the year. I want to wish you guys a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope that you'll just enjoy your families, give thanks for all those things in your life, your health, your family, your love, your business, all the things that you're grateful for. But also I pray that you will take that time between Christmas and New Year's, what really for the world is still pretty much downtime, and just evaluate yourself, evaluate your life, see where you are and where you aren't, and what you would hope to accomplish or what you hope to accomplish next year. It doesn't have to be a lame, kind of New Year's resolution thing. It can be a commitment, a game changer for you if you understand that everything you desire is on the other side of that fear. So on that note, God bless you all. Merry Christmas. I look forward to seeing my team here just in a little bit at 12:30. And for the rest of you, God bless you, and I'll see you next year. Take care. Bye-bye.